Quick VOD review for Watty on Apex. Um, so just Watty is a solo queue player and he's better. Like I'd say like skill wise, he's better than probably everyone in this lobby. So I think that the thing that he needs to work on, like from what I've seen so far in this clip, is he's looking for 1v1 chals in like a multi-team situation because he knows that he can win his 1v1 chals, which is awesome. But I think the problem is that like from what I can tell, there's two enemy, like it's only a 45-second clip, so I don't have a ton of context, but from what I can tell, there's two enemy teams. And whenever there's two enemy teams, we want to take at an absolute maximum in terms of damage, we want our armor to get cracked at maximum. So we want to play in a way to where when we're in like a 3v6 technically like a three team situation, we want to play in a way to where our white health isn't ever getting eaten into, because so long as our white health doesn't get eaten into, then we're getting maximum value out of our batteries. And what I mean by maximum value is when we take a battery, it sort of like fills up our whole armor. So wow, that didn't make sense, but I think you know what I mean. Like white health takes way longer to heal than shield health. And so when my white health gets eaten into, then like I never really want to heal white health in an intense fight because it just takes way too long to heal. If so long as my white health doesn't get eaten into, I can just take a battery or I can armor swap to refill my health completely. So that's essentially why we don't want our white health getting eaten into, is because it makes like 1v3ing or like 1v6ing, like getting back-to-back squad wipes, a lot easier if that white health isn't eaten into. It's still possible, but it makes it so much harder once that white health starts getting eaten into. And so just like sort of a general rule of thumb when you're fighting 6 different players is make sure that white health doesn't get eaten into, and always try to like plan your fight out to where you're gonna have enough time to heal and that sort of thing. So what I notice here is it looks like Watty's team is fighting a different team here. So Watty's going to fight this team here, and his teammates are going to fight that team. Like it's just a complete mess, honestly, because we've got a couple players from this team fighting his teammates, and then we've got a whole nother team over here, and then we got a couple players fighting Watty. Like it's a giant mess. And so I would say overall, I'm not sure exactly what your teammates are doing, but overall, if you can go like take an angle like here, take like a nice support angle to where you can see both of the enemy teams at the same time from a support angle over here, and you can see your teammates, so you can help your teammates, but you can almost crowd the enemy teams into each other that way, rather than just taking a hard engagement here. So we'll quickly watch that, and you'll kind of see how my advice is relevant here. So you'll see, like I said, like you're looking for hard 1v1 shells with your shotgun. And the problem with that is that you're going to take a lot of damage in the process. You're also a bit more split from your team than I would like. So this is going to be a very hard shell. Alright, so you get the knock there, which is good. But like I said, like you're looking for hard 1v1 shells. You need to not turn your back so quickly, basically, because you turn your back very, very quickly. Like we don't really know where the third guy is. I'd assume he's up here. I don't even know because you turned your back before he killed you. But yeah, you want to not turn your back so quickly so you can pump out some damage. So I'll give you just a couple quick ideas. Because like I think you have the right idea in getting the knock and then repositioning. Like you get the knock and you reposition. But the problem is that you turn your back to this guy and then you jumped out in the open to where you're like a free one clip. So it's like a very free trade for this guy's teammate, for this Lifeline's teammate here. And so I would say the first option that you have here is you could run into the Lifeline after you kill her. After you get this knock on the Lifeline, you could run into her. What that's going to do is it's going to block off. So like we know that there's two potential angles that this player's teammate. So this player here has a teammate, and there's two potential angles that he could come from. He could come through the same door as you over here, or he could peek you from up here. And then the third potential angle is he could come from behind his teammate over here, like from around that corner there. So those are like the three options for where he might be. And so what we can do is we know he's likely not behind us. That's probably the least likely. So we could strafe back that direction. And then the other two are like equally as likely. So what I'm going to do actually is when I get this knock on the lifeline, I'm going to walk that way with my Mastiff, because that's going to block LOS from here and it's going to block LOS from there. And my gun is going to be facing him, so I at least have a fighting chance in this 1v2. Because that way, like, if this guy comes around this corner here, that's the only angle that you're exposed to, but your gun is facing that way. So at the very least, you're going to do a solid amount of damage at the very least. The problem is that if he's up here and you jump down here, like, he's going to shoot you. And if he's here, he's going to shoot you in the back. But, like, we're going to reposition that way so that we can quickly think about where he is, kind of. I hope that makes sense. It's basically to block LS from there and from there. So that's why. Okay, so now we're going to press play. And then, oh yeah, and then I'll give you my other option is, my other option would be I just strafe right, jump off this ledge here, and then hug the house right here. You'd hug the bottom of the house right there so that he would have to shoot straight down on you, and he's not going to one clip you that way. The problem is that you just, like, you literally jumped out in the middle of the street, and so that's why you got one clipped. So I'll quickly press play. I'll quickly let you watch that. So you can, like, kind of like think about your two options here. Definitely don't jump out in the middle of the street there though. See, so you kind of like expose yourself to all three potential angles. The solution that I gave you, like the first solution is to keep pushing forward and chow him with your gun. Second solution is to jump down and play tight to the building, so that way he can't get the kill on you. And that way too, like if he drops down on you, like your teammate's gonna hit him for a ton of damage. So either of those two options would have been much better.